This is the way we see it, see it. This is the way we 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 see it. This is. This is the way we see it, see it. This is the way we see it. This is the way. This is the way we see it. 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 This is. This is the way we see it, see it. This is the way we see it. This is the way. This is the way we see it. 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 This is. This is the way we see it, see it. This is the way we see it. This is the way. This is the way we see it. 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 This is. This is the way we see it, see it. we see it. This is the way we see it. This is the way we see it. This is the way we see it. This is. This is the way we see it, see it. This is the way we 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 see it. This is.
Hello, everybody. This is your boy Cranston Cumberbatch and my co-host, Miss Kawana Norman, will be joining us at some point. She had to handle some business, and business at times needs to be handled. But in the meantime, I'm going to handle our business till she's done handling her business, and she'll be on the show with me here, hopefully shortly. But in the meantime, hoping you guys are good. A lot of good stuff on TV right now that we're talking about, and I'm just super excited about all of the things that we are currently watching right now. Shows have hit their season finales, like Raising Kanan, season 2, which we'll talk about here in a little later in the show. And then we also have new movies that have come out and movies that are coming out. And we got shows that are getting ready to release some new seasons here as well, and some shows that we talked about last week that we want to reintroduce this week, because there's a few people who are just out and about and have messaged and text messaged and emailed me things of that nature, saying that when they watched the show, they wanted to see more on the stuff that we were talking about, and for us to re-show those highlight clips from those shows as well, like Zatima and things of that nature. And it has some interesting conversations as well about these shows with people in the community and neighborhood as well, and different places that I've gone around the city. So this is like really cool to know that people are watching these same shows, that people are listening to us and are actually enjoying the same things that we are enjoying, the way we're enjoying them, and raising some good conversations. So, super happy about that. But without further ado, I'm not going to waste too much time, because tonight is a very special night, especially by way of Thursday night football. As I sip, the Buccaneers actually taking on the Ravens tonight, and they are at Ray J Stadium, which I wish I was going to be there to catch the game, but I'm not. Fortunately, I got some other stuff to do, but in the meantime, I will be rooting my boys on. We definitely need this win. We definitely need this bounce back. We did suffer a couple of losses here the last couple of weeks that we shouldn't have lost. However, we do have some key players that are down, things of that nature, and we're just waiting for some healing to happen. So I'm swirling my cup around, and I'm praying, Lord, please give us a little bit of healing on tonight. Beat the Ravens. Ravens is a tough team. They've suffered some recent losses as well, but at the same time, they got Lamar Jackson. The dude's a beast when it comes to being a scrambling and running quarterback. He's also a beast in passing. He's not a bad passer as well. But we do still have a beast of a defense. We do still have a beast of an offense. We just got to work together with these receivers and tight ends that are filling in the meantime. And we definitely got to get our run game back up to par. Leonard Fournette definitely needs some help in the backfield. I don't know what happened to Ronald Jones. He was a good backup. I don't know what happened to him. Somebody needs to tell me if he's even still on the team. I don't think he is, but y'all need to bring him back because he's a really good running back. I don't know why y'all tripping. Arians isn't there anymore to be mad at him. So, forgiveness needs to be given. Bring the man back so we can have a better running game because that tandem really helped us out a lot. But anyway, here's a trailer, a look at today's Thursday night matchup from the Bucs perspective. Go ahead, Jan.
Got a challenge this week, but a challenge that this defense definitely can handle.
Huge challenge for us because it's not just quarterback running, but one of the best runners in the league.
You got to make our plays. Everybody got to know where he's at.
It's a tough challenge for our defense. We're going to have to play a tough, hard-nosed football and try to get a win.
Hey, bring the fight to them. All day. All day. We're going to start fast. We're going to finish fast. Make sure you hold it all game. We only as strong as our weakest link. We're rolling, and that's stuck today. Let's go.
I think everyone's just ready to turn the ship around.
We have a great opponent coming in here, and we need to do everything we can to prepare like we always do.
This is what happened. You count them out. How many times have you said, that team's not very good this year, and then all of a sudden you go, he's back.
Every personnel, we know what runs they're giving us. Now it's time to lay it all out on the line.
It's caught! Touchdown, Tampa Bay! Leonard Fournette across midfield. How did he fit that in there? My goodness! The end zone to Evans holds on. Great catch for the touchdown. And inside the 5 and into the end zone. Leonard Fournette. Mariota sacked. Had a couple defenders waiting on him. And sacked for the 5th time today. This time it's Vita Vea.
Go Bucs, go Bucs, go Bucs. That's what I'm talking about. So, we definitely going to need all of that to happen on tonight because it definitely is going to be a tough matchup. But, yeah, it's real important that the boys bring their A game tonight. We're at home. Definitely don't need to be suffering any more losses at home. And we definitely don't need any more losses to our record. We need to continue to rise and climb so that we can stay atop not only the division, but when it comes playoff time, that we are in a good seat to make our way through the playoffs. But that's tonight's matchup. Whether you're a Bucs fan or a Ravens fan, it's going to be some good football on tonight. So we're encouraging you to watch that because it's definitely going to be a good game. Moving on, movies. So I got the chance to see over the, what's today? Today is, yes, I got the chance over the weekend to actually see the movie Black Adam. And I have to say, I had to give it like an 8 out of 10. It's a really good movie. I didn't really know what to expect because Black Adam is one of those superheroes to where you don't hear a lot about. He's an alter ego of Shazam, and a lot of people don't even know about Shazam as a superhero as well. And for their comparisons to be same level as Superman, kind of for a few people confuses them. For others, it now, puts them into a mindset of, well, if they ever were to go against each other, who would win? Who's the strongest of the three? And it's still a good question to this day. But Black Adam definitely did not disappoint by way of action, didn't disappoint by way of storyline. It has some interesting CGI graphics that they did in there that I kind of was like, okay. I was pretty impressed on how they made, a lot of these things like look real. And, and the way that they're making these superhero movies today, just like back in the day, they had to utilize some other means and methods to make it happen. But with this whole CGI thing, they are really getting good at creating these virtual realities and putting these actors in these virtual realities as if they are really there. And it is really cool. So we're gonna go ahead and play this trailer for Black Adam, and I'll talk a little bit more about it as far as my experience from watching it. So Black Adam.
My son sacrificed his life to save me. These powers are not a gift, but a curse. Born out of rage. So I'm out to them.
This loose cannon needs to be locked down before innocent people start getting hurt.
He's been asleep for 5,000 years.
You find us a cell that can hold him, we'll take care of the rest.
Who's on the team?
I didn't bring a passport.
We don't need passports. We're the Justice Society.
There's a war going on outside when you ain't safe from.
Black Adam.
We're here to negotiate your peaceful surrender.
Heard about at least 3 killings this afternoon.
I'm not peaceful. Nor do I surrender. Here we go. I kneel before no one.
You didn't come here to seek justice. You came to exact revenge.
Too much enemy fire to catch a breath.
I never said I was a hero.
Giving you respect, I expect the same thing.
You believe you are not worthy. But fate does not make mistakes.
I'll fight for you. There's a war going on outside when you ain't safe from.
You have 2 paths. You can be the destroyer of this world. Or you can be its savior.
So yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is Black Adam. Say what's up to my brother in the background. What's up? Yeah, so we're actually in our production studio for Dreammakers Productions. So we actually are on the job right now. So he's working, but at the same time, I'm working and doing our podcast show. But definitely Black Adam. That I mean, just looking at that trailer just makes me want to go watch it all over again. It really was good. It was worth watching. You know, to see The Rock play this character of Black Adam. I think he really fit the mold of the character. And the only thing that I will say for me is that it kind of had a East Indian vibe to it. So painting him as an East Indian hero, and he's not East Indian. So that would be my only thing. But still, as far as, you know, the dramatics, the action, the role of the heroes, and we even got to meet some new heroes, you know, in this one, which was kind of cool. Heroes that haven't really been in movies before. They've been in the cartoons, you know, like way back in the day, but in movies as current, you haven't seen, you know, the Hawkman and the guy who I can't think of his name right now, but he's kind of like a Doctor Strange-ish type character. The Thunder Girl who does the weather, that's kind of like Storm with X-Men. You saw a lot of similarities to characters from the Marvel universe that are in the DC universe, and they got similar powers, but of course they're not the same people, and they do vary as you look down their lines of what their powers are and things of that nature. You'll see where the differences begin to where they lie, but all in all they have a lot of resemblance to Marvel characters, and that takes nothing away from this movie. I definitely recommend and advise that you guys go out and check it out. I think it's going to be out in the theaters for a little while longer, but definitely it'll be coming to streaming soon. But I say go have a theater experience before you check it out on any streaming platform to really get it in its true essence. And if you see it in IMAX, even better. Even better. Yeah, even better. So, moving on, we got Black Panther that's getting ready to drop here pretty soon in a couple weeks. November 11th is the date for that, and it is one of the most highly anticipated films of at least the past 2 years. Black Adam, nothing on Black Panther. Any other movie coming out right now has nothing on Black Panther. I mean, this is worldwide people actually being ready to see this movie and see just how they are going to move forward, or how they decided to move forward without Chadwick Boseman being at the lead of this film as Black Panther. And the storyline, definitely, they haven't given us a full idea of the storyline. It's kind of one of those, for those of you who don't follow the Black Panther comics or things of that nature, you're kind of going to have to see it when you get there, see where the story goes. For those who have followed the Black Panther comic book series, you kind of have an idea of some of the things they utilized to craft this version of the story, like the Namor character, Submariner, things of that nature, being a villainous character. But as with Black Panther, the first one, Killmonger wasn't so much a villainous character by way of purpose. By way of tactic, is how he was, looked at as more of as a villainous character. But his theory, his thought, the things that the way he looked at things, wasn't totally wrong. He wasn't totally wrong in that. I keep showing the Bucks thing because I'm just really trying to send some good positive energy to them boys for tonight. Go Bucks, please. Come on, fellas. We need this win. But Black Panther. So for those of you who have not gotten a chance to see the new trailer as of yet, we do have that for you right now, and we're going to show that to you right now, the new Black Panther trailer, and I'll say a few more things after.
Only the most broken people can be great leaders.
His people did not call him general or king. They called him Kukulkan, the feather serpent god. Killing him will risk eternal war.
He's coming for the surface world.
what you whisper. They have lost their protector. Now is our time to strike. Show them who we are.
Man. Makes me want to go see it right now. I wish it was out in the theaters right now. I cannot wait for November 11th to see this film and to really engage in conversation about this movie. There's just so much to it. Just looking at the trailer right there, you see that there's so many intense moments that are happening. And one of the things that I'm gathering just from what I've seen is that somebody's upset about something and someone feels as though someone has wronged them enough to where they have to go and get payback, and someone's defending something. Looks like both sides are defending something, but why is really what I think a lot of us will be going to the movies to get the answers to that question as to why are they fighting. And this is going to be interesting just to see that plot line and how it all comes together. So Black Panther 2, like I said, hitting the theaters November 11th. Definitely worth watch. Everybody and their grandma is more than likely going to be seeing this movie. And if you're not planning to go see this movie, what is wrong with you? Because it's definitely going to kill the box office. It is definitely already projected to make over $1 billion again, like Black Panther 1 did, and really be a good boost and spark again to the film industry and especially to those who helped make the work. Shouts out to Ryan Coogler and the whole team that wrote and directed Black Panther 2, and it's definitely woman heavy, power, women, female empowerment. It's definitely highlighting a lot of that, the woman's strength, things of that nature in times of trial, and so we're going to see how it all comes to play. Marvel definitely has done a good job in highlighting the strength and superpowers of women to show that they can kick butt just as much as a guy can. And so we look forward to seeing how this all plays out. The next thing that we're watching right now, we're in season 2 of the Stars show by Mr. Curtis 50 Cent Jackson, who's one of the executive producers, Raising Kanan. Raising Kanan, spinoff in the Power series. And to be honest with you, I didn't at first think it would be as good, primarily because we know the Kanan story. If you've watched the Power series, you know Kanan as an adult and how things transpired once he got released from prison and got back in connection with Ghost and Tommy and things of that nature, and everything that went down between the three of them. And now that we're going back to his childhood to see the things that shaped him into the mindset he ended up developing and growing into as an adult, we're beginning to see a lot of where these triggers are. And it is one deep story. But we have a trailer right now for you to highlight season 2 and exactly what you are going to see in season 2 And so we just finished the complete season 2. So if you haven't started, it's definitely binge watchable. And we're going to watch the trailer for season 2 right now. And then when we're done, as I said before, we'll come back, talk about it some more. All right, here we go.
You get into an age, Kanan, where you're going to want to start figuring out what you want for your life, making your mark on this world.
Doing what I did that night, looking that cop in the face, I don't think I'm up for any of this.
I'm looking to build, expand.
Kanan is scared, Rock.
I know who my son is, and I know what he's capable of.
I can't protect you the way that I thought I could, Mom.
So you're the little broad creating all these big problems, huh?
When they come for us, they gonna come for all of us.
You gonna question me?
I'm just trying to keep us all alive.
Your mom should have never asked you to do that, Kanan. But she was wrong.
You a man now, Kanan. It's time to get it.
On the crime side, the New York Times side. Staying alive was no job, had second hands. My life got no better. Same damn low sweater. Times is ripped and tough like leather.
Everything I'm doing, I'm doing for you.
Figured out I went the wrong route, so I got with a sick tight click and went all out. Gas moves everything around me.
You the heir to this throne, Kanan. And it's waiting for you, if you want it.
Woo! So let me just say this. We'll talk about some intense drama. Definitely in this show, Raising Kanan. In this, it picks up with Kanan being 15 years old, going into 16, 17. And, he's got some tough decisions to make. He doesn't get to live the normal, everyday teenage life. He's actually living a life that's, full of the family business, and the family business is crime related. And with that, he has an eagerness to want to learn the family business, but at the same time, he realizes that, the family business is a tough business. It's a deadly business. It's a business of some serious consequences. And you always have to be looking over your shoulder, and you got to tread lightly. And so he's discovering those things here in season 2. And it's just, it's just a really, really good show. There's so many different plot lines that you can follow, but all of them definitely point back to Kanan and his growth and his maturity, and him making the decision as to whether or not he wants to go full-fledged into continuing in the family business, or whether or not he wants to choose a different path. And he's having a lot of trust issues right now, because there's so many conflicting things that he's being told, and then being things that he's seeing that are conflicting as well. And so it just has him on this path that is just like way left. But Raising Kanan, Power Series 3, it's definitely, again, one that we're currently watching, and one that you need to be watching as well. And if you're not caught up, please get caught up, because it's definitely worth it. And I'm going to move on into the other show that we have, and then we'll work to wrap it up for tonight's show, because we don't want to keep it too long, but I want to hold you good enough for you to come back next week when we will more than likely be on the show from New York. Yes, our movie, which is right behind me, Agent X, will be showing at the Urban Action Film Showcase in Times Square, New York City, next week. And so we'll be there, and I'm so excited for that to be a to play a secret agent character that's considered, in the action category, and the fact that we get to go and represent our film in the Big Apple, that's huge. So super, super excited for that, for the people that we're going to meet, and for the opportunities that we will gain from being a part of this Urban Action Film Showcase in New York City. And so y'all keep us up in good spirits and good hopes for next week. And the other hot show that we're watching right now that is really hot and heating up just as much as the original show that it spun off from has done. House of Dragon. House of Dragon is getting better the deeper it gets. It is a battle for the throne. It is a battle for who rightfully has the right to sit on it and be the king. But it just gets more difficult as the days, weeks, months go by for the current king, as he tries to decide who's going to be his successor. He said his daughter's going to be the successor, but since the queen died and he named the daughter as the successor, he has a brother. He ended up remarrying, and in his remarrying, got a son. He had a son prior to, but the son got killed. Son died as a baby through childbirth and did not last that long. And his first wife died too. So now that he's remarried again, he's had another wife, and this other wife has indeed borne him not one, but two sons. So it does make life interesting, especially since the king has named his daughter as the heir. And so let's check out this trailer for House of Dragon, and we'll say a little bit more about it, and the rest of the night will be yours if I can talk.
The dream. It was clearer than a memory. And I heard the sound of thundering hooves, splintering shields and ringing swords. And I placed my heir upon the Iron Throne. And all the dragons roared as one.
I consider the matter urgent. That of your succession.
Well, who else would have a claim?
The firstborn child.
Rhaenyra. No queen has ever sat the Iron Throne.
The king has an heir, Daemon Targaryen.
I will not be made to choose between my brother and my daughter.
Rhaenyra's succession will be challenged. Knives will come out.
You are the king. Your duty is to take a new wife.
I have decided to name a new heir. I'm your heir. War is afoot.
Do you think the realm will ever accept me as their queen?
A woman would not inherit the Iron Throne, because that is the order of things.
When I'm queen, I will create a new order.
Your family has dragons.
There are power men should never have trifled with.
If Rhaenyra comes into power, she can cut off any challenge to her succession.
I am to inherit the Iron Throne. She will block my way.
Our hearts remain as one.
Our hearts were never one. Have you never imagined yourself on the Iron Throne? Where is duty? Where is sacrifice? Now they see you as you are.
Yeah, when I tell you the show is good, the show is good. Just as good as Game of Thrones. If you loved Game of Thrones, the House of Dragon does not disappoint. The drama, the suspense is there. The fight for the throne is still there. And with this being a prequel to the storyline that we get in Game of Thrones, you still get to see that there's a lot going on leading up to what we end up seeing in Game of Thrones, and there's a lot of story that goes into this. I mean, you have the king he's dying. He's got leprosy, and it's incurable. They have no way of really curing it, and so they know that his demise is rapidly coming. So his job now is to find the successor, and then finding that successor, find a successor that will lead the people in such a way that will keep them from going to war if not necessary, and also rule in a way that the people are going to be happy. And you have those who believe that the people will not be happy with a woman queen, versus there being a son heir or the brother of the king, who has his own ways and quirks about him, becoming the ruler of that area. And so it's very interesting. Like I said, it is definitely just like Game of Thrones. If you loved that, you're going to love House of Dragon. And don't get attached to nobody, because just like in Game of Thrones, you have no idea who's going to go, when, how they're going to go, and why they're going to go. But you will find out during the play out of each episode. But don't get attached, because the who you think is going to survive, the who you want to die, and all that good stuff may not die as soon as you would like for them to, or they may die well before you are ready. So it's one of those suspense-filled, psychological, thrilling, dramatic series, that really hits so many relative talking points and hot topics that exist in a lot of families today, a lot of societies today. And so just keep your eye on that. So just to recap before we end today's show, and I'm sorry that Kawana couldn't make it on with us on today, but hopefully she'll be able to join us on next week. I did not want to do the show by myself, but it ended up being that way. It's all good. It happens. It happens. So kudos to me for holding it down for both of us. But yeah, so again, shows that we're watching right now, and again, and if there's shows that you are watching, please tell us what you're watching. We'll be sure to tune in, check them out, and have some critique. And hopefully you'll either call in to the station or chat and let us know what you're thinking and how you're feeling about these things. But shows that we're watching right now, again, Raising Kanan. We're in season 2 of Raising Kanan. If you haven't started season 2, or if you haven't even started season 1, definitely recommend you watch season 1 and catch up with us in season 2. They just had this series finale, and it's a good one. I can't wait for it to come back. We're also watching House of Dragon. Show that we didn't get to today was Zatima. Tyler Perry show, which is a spinoff from his hit show Sisters. And one of the sisters, he decided to follow the couple that's in the Sisters storyline. He decided to go in depth and create a spinoff show surrounding those two, and it's pretty funny, and it's full of drama, and it definitely gives you everything you get in Sisters, and it's definitely worth watching. There's some unique things that happen in this one that just make you go, huh, wow, interesting. I didn't think of that. But it's some good writing, and kudos to Tyler Perry for creating another show that's giving some actors and actresses some time to actually really become their own level of star, and good storylines that are very close to home for a lot of people and relationships and lifestyles. And I mean, it's packed with everything. So definitely a cool show to watch. And then the show that we are waiting for, we're waiting for season 5 of Yellowstone to kick off, which happens 2 days after Black Panther. Black Panther is November 11th, which will be in the movie theaters. And then on television, Yellowstone with Kevin Costner. That comes out on November 13th is when you'll be able to catch the first episode of season 5 for Yellowstone. And so that's another show that we're watching that we've been on the lookout for, and we can't wait to come back. And of course, there's so many other shows that are out there in movies, things that are on Netflix, Hulu, BET, HBO Plus, Cinemax, Showtime, things of that nature. So many great shows that are out there. So like I said, tell us what you're watching, the things that are interesting you. Thursday Night Football tonight. Go Bucks. And with that being said, I don't have too much more to give y'all right now. So I'm going to say I'm Cranston Cumberbatch, speaking on behalf of my co-host, Miss Kawana Norman, who I believe she's a Ravens fan. So this is going to be interesting tonight. But she also likes the Bucks, but I think she's more Ravens than Bucks. But anyway, we'll talk about that later after tonight's game. Probably next Thursday. So thank y'all for tuning in. I'm Cranston Cumberbatch, and we are out.
This is the way we see it. See it. This is the way we see it. This is the way we see it. See it. This is the way we see it. See it.